Hey there, YouTube friends, Maskedbandit here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I always do appreciate it. Back in Parkitect after a mini hiatus. Been kind of a slowdown here for a variety of reasons. Before we get too much into that, just so you know what's going on today in the video, in case I spend a lot of time off topic, as I tend to do. We are actually we crossed the river, and we're working on the San Antonio-inspired, the Spanish mission sort of vibe here, which was a fun challenge, given the limitations of the scenery pieces and stuff, but I still think I managed to get something that looked pretty good. The beginning of the video is a lot of trial and error, and I found these little garage pieces, forgot about those, threw those in the transfer track of the hypercoaster. Need to go back and read all the excellent suggestions. There were a few in the last video that were excellent for names of that hypercoaster. I'll be going back and checking them out and picking one of those, and I'll let you know when I do. So yeah, anyway, like I said, a bit of a hiatus, a bit of a slowdown. If you follow Missouri Gardens, which I'm sure most of you watching this video do, you'll know that not a lot got done in that episode, in episode 10. Unfortunately, it's been crazy. And I mentioned there's a couple things going on. I tweeted out today that been spending the last couple weeks getting ready for a big IRL change, a big in real life change. And what's going on is it's nothing major. It's nothing like. After I posted the tweet, I was like, "This is kind of cryptic. I hope no one thinks anything bad is happening or anything." And if you're a member of Bro Nation, if you're a member of our Discord server, then you probably know what's going on. My in-laws are moving to Texas. They have both retired and have decided to be closer to us and, more importantly, closer to their grandchildren, aka my children, clearly. I don't know why I needed to specify that, but yeah, they decided to be closer to us, and their house sold super duper quick. So quick, in fact, that they don't have a house here yet. So that means they're going to be living with us. So my in-laws are moving into town. I am recording this video on a Friday evening. Hopefully this video comes out on Saturday, April the 6th. And if it is, if this comes out on Saturday, this is the last day that we will be without my in-laws living with us for a few months. So yeah, that required a lot of change here at home. Had to get the house ready. Had to repurpose some of our bedrooms. Kids are sharing a room now instead of each having their own. Have a toy room. We moved the toy room to a different room, and we changed the old toy room into a in-law bedroom, and that came with lots of cleaning and lots of work and lots of decluttering, and because they're going to be bringing a bunch of stuff with them, including a dog and a cat to go along with our cat. So it's going to be exciting. Don't get the wrong impression. I enjoy my in-laws' company. There's nothing wrong with them. It's going to be interesting though, living with them for a few months, but it'll be nice to have the benefit of them being around to watch the kiddos as needed and other type things. So yeah, super excited for some of what that means, and a little apprehensive about some of the rest, but I think it'll be fine overall, and it's only temporary. But what that means for me is I am now set up in my master bedroom. Normally when I play, I am in the living room by the front of the house, and move the computer to the back of the house now into my own little sanctuary, aka the bedroom. So I'll be working out of here for the next several months. I want to bring streaming back once things have settled down a little bit. It might not be till the summer where we get into a regular streaming habit again, but I do know that, obviously I know, but I'm sure you've noticed that the streaming has essentially stopped for now, and I want to focus more on making YouTube videos currently, and maybe we'll pick up some streaming again in a couple months, or whenever the mood strikes. So be ready for that, maybe. Love these string lights, by the way. The nighttime lighting is so great in this game. It's simple, but I think it works really well. And I love the colors here. I didn't even have to change the colors of these lights. I think it fits the area perfectly. So hopefully, excuse me, I took a sip of water. Hopefully you agree and you concur. These fountains took me a while to realize that they are resizable. Awesome feature in Parkitect. Some of the objects are scalable, like the rocks and the fountains and stuff. So a couple hard cuts in this episode as I was doing some trials of things that I didn't like, so I didn't put that in the recording. It's not worth your time to sit there and watch me build something for 20 minutes and then just delete it all. Like this building went through a couple different iterations, and I do know it is very similar to the one across from it. I'm not sure how different we're going to be able to get. I kind of want this arch style and all that, kind of basing it off of my vague memories of the San Antonio missions. Not the Alamo. Like, when you move to Texas and everyone's like, yeah, the Alamo, remember the Alamo. Texans love their Alamo. And then you go in there, and if you've ever been there, maybe you were like me, and you saw it, and you did that's the Alamo, huh? Like, it's so small. And it's in the middle of a completely urban area. There are several other missions in San Antonio. They're a national park, actually. And I've been to them all, and every single one of them is vastly superior to the Alamo. So if you are ever in San Antonio and looking for something interesting, go check out the other missions that are not the Alamo. I mean, I know the history of the Alamo and the Davy Crockett and all that stuff. Yeah, there's something to be said for that, but it just, I think there's better things to do in San Antonio than visit the Alamo. And as a Texan, I'm probably going to get lambasted for that, but who cares? So, yeah. Also mentioned, springtime is a hard time for me when it comes to gaming. My real life profession requires me to be really busy this time of year. Basically, both my wife and I are absolutely slammed from now until the end of the school year. And with that means less time to do stuff like this. Like, I've had half of this episode sitting on my computer since the last Parkitect episode came out. And it was just until yesterday that I finally got time to sit back down and start working again. So yeah, it's been a spell, and it's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. So I was doing pretty good with a video or two a week there for quite a while, and I think that's I'm going to try to keep that up, obviously. But if it goes a couple weeks without a video, especially now that John T is kind of out of commission for a while, with Missouri Gardens, it was really nice to have that every week upload, whether his channel or my channel. But with him moving to Canada here in the next couple days, that's put, kind of a hiatus on Missouri. And Sylv has it now. If you aren't aware, watch episode 10 of Missouri Gardens. We passed the park off to Silverette and requested that he build us a badass coaster. So I'm sure he's going to do that, because Silverette is pretty amazing. Also, Silverette's amazing at Parkitect. I mean, good God. Silverette and $2.20, those are my go-to. Oh, and Coaster Bee. Those are my go-to Parkitect series. Goodness. If you're not, I don't know what that was. If you're unfamiliar with any of them, go check them out. They're great. So this little thing is sort of another restaurant. I don't know. I feel like I'm building too many restaurants. Maybe it's a gift shop. I don't know, but we put some seating in. Like, because when in doubt, I just throw seating down. But I like the way these little fountains are turning out. I think that's a nice little touch. And I like how the water can come all right up. You don't need any terrain buffer. I like that a lot. This is a nice little detail. So, another thing I want to plug here, because it's going to get started in the next week or two, Commando Santa and I, and some other members of Bro Nation, are going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to be playing 5e, and Commando Santa is going to be our DM. And it's going to be myself and Silent Member, a member of Bro Nation, and Redline, who was in the Bro Nation, the Summer Bro Down, and a couple other people that maybe you're less familiar with. We will be playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we'll be streaming it live. So that'll be kind of cool. A few of us that are there are rather inexperienced. Commando Santa is an experienced dungeon master and player, and some of the other people are really experienced, but there's a couple of us that don't have a lot of experience, so that should be loads and loads of fun, and that should be coming in a couple weeks, so keep your eyes open for that. It'll be on Twitch, so we'll be streaming to Twitch, and I think it'll be under Commando Santa's channel, so just keep a lookout for that. I'm super pumped. I've gotten into that recently. I'm playing with some friends in real life. and getting an opportunity to play with some other people. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I'm a super nerd. What are you gonna do? Hopefully some of you out there enjoy the D&D as well. So this little thing here that we're building, if you're like, what the hell is this supposed to be? It's supposed to be an outdoor theater. I'm not sold on it. What are your thoughts? Do you like it? Do you like it here? Is it something to consider, to keep plugging away with? Remove it? Put it somewhere else? I don't know. Like, it's really hard to make a good theater. I think it's going to be really hard to do that. So we'll see what happens. I'll take some of your feedback on that. Another big jump here. We built an entire log flume. This took me way longer than I want to admit. I suck at the layouts for these. And even this layout, I'm like, I don't know, this works good enough. So, yeah, I wanted a log flume in the park somewhere, and this felt like a good enough place for it. It hugs the river, and it kind of creates this nice little funnel for the path that'll eventually go there. So, had a really big struggle here with this angled path, and then having to decorate it to make it look not so much like ass. I think I eventually get there, or at least get it better. But I feel like there's a lot more. Like, one thing I'm really missing here is the ability to rotate each individual rock a la Planet Coaster. However, I do love, like I mentioned, the scalability of it all. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm not sure. So, tried some diagonal walls. I wasn't really feeling them, so removed them and just started spamming plants around. And tell you what, that helped a lot. When in doubt, throw down the plants. That's what I always say. So once that was in, I was like, all right, this makes a little more sense. And we're not gonna finish the flume in this episode. I will continue to work on it, and maybe I'll record it for the next episode. Maybe I won't. I don't know, but it's definitely not done. So if you're like, that looks not finished, you're right. It's definitely not. So the next little bit here is going to be working on the station once we put some more trees in. And this is directly inspired by $2.20. I mentioned him a little bit earlier. And he made a log flume in his most recent episode of Dollarwood. And I thought, well, I was planning on doing one as well. So I thought, well, I'll give one a try now. Because he mentioned something about he had a really hard time doing the circular platform. And so I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can give it a try. And I came up with something. It's something. I don't know how... I think it's okay. I think it's decent. This was kind of more of an experiment to see, can it sort of look okay, or will it always look bad? And I think it looks pretty okay. I'm pretty pleased with it, for a first attempt at least. I may revisit it, I may not, I don't know. The hard part obviously is you don't have many diagonal pieces, especially not roofs that would work for this. So, but I think this is a good compromise. Tried to put some walls up and realized that wasn't going to quite work, so we're going to go with simple beams throughout. And I think this fits. I think this station build design, this simple design, kind of fits the aesthetic of Parkitect. It's not overly complicated. It's kind of cute, and it's compact. I feel like you can get away with really compact things in Parkitect that might not be super realistic in their scale. Like, looking at this, I was like, oh, that's a really small turnaround. So, but anyway, that's just about it for this episode. So I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Leave some nice feedback below. Let me know what you think. And I will see all of you for the next episode of Planet Coaster. Have yourself a great day, great night, great whatever. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye, everyone.